Hey everyone, welcome back to the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be all about round one of the AFLW matchup between Carlton and Collingwood. Before I get into the game, gotta tell you, it was so good to be back home, back at Icon Park. All the childhood memories. It's just such a special place. I'm sure for all of us supporters who have spent many of our early years there, and you just can't help but smile. And really, it's just such a relief to be talking about going to the footy again. And the one thing that I think the AFLW does really well is just fosters that community environment, that local footy environment. I know that a lot of people talk about the commercialisation of Aussie rules football, and I think the AFLW strip it right back, and it's just got a different feel to it than the AFL. I loved it. I enjoyed myself, and it was, like I said, it was just good to see everyone back, at the club again. The cheer squad, the pom-poms, the flags, all the people who we've met along the journey of the channel and whatnot. It was really cool. So, in terms of the game, I did get to the game at quarter time. Unfortunately, I couldn't get there any earlier, and luckily, because it was 0-1 at quarter time, and we were scoreless for the first half, and it was difficult to watch. It was a very difficult half to watch. One thing about our girls, regardless of the score or how they're playing and how poor the skills may have been, man, they go in so hard. They are ridiculous. There's no regard for human life, and it's a testament to them. And look, as it should be, especially when you've got Collingwood that have come to our home. They've come into our home and they've beaten us there last time, and they had to show up. It means something more than just football to play against Collingwood, especially when they're coming onto our home deck. The first thing that struck me was definitely the physicality of the game. I think we've got some gun players. I almost think to be honest, it was very classic Carlton, wasn't it? Poor half or a poor quarter, scoreless, 3-4 goals kicked in a row against us. Then we show something, we put ourselves in a winning position, and then, we fall short. So I've got a bit of PTSD, I must say, because, obviously the men's season's coming up as well, and they've been doing the same thing for pretty much my whole life. Showing me something, sucking me in, hyping me up, only to disappoint me. But yeah, look, overall, in terms of the game, it was disappointing. It was. We can't be going to Icon Park and hearing the Collingwood theme song after a game. It's just yuck. It's disgusting. And I thought we started poorly. Obviously, I missed the first quarter, but from what I was filled in from the people sitting around me, it was a poor first quarter. We didn't use the ball well, very scrappy. I understand there's been a big layoff, but Collingwood had a pretty big layoff as well, and they got going. And it's almost like it is a Carlton notion. We overhype our players, and who knows? Maybe they didn't come with the right. Well, they definitely didn't come with the right mentality. They were scoreless in the first half. So, yeah, it was not very good from that point of view. There had to be a response. I remember watching them come in at halftime, and the crowd were really getting around them and really clapping for them and cheering them on. And I remember thinking to myself, man, if that was the men that were scoreless in the first half, there'd be booze, there'd be beers thrown, it would be hectic. But I did enjoy the fact that it was a show of support. I think obviously there's a bit of context given where we've come from as a society, and we've been locked down and we haven't been able to go to the footy, so it was a bit more gratitude shown. But I did think it was very generous. I'm assuming they would have got a rocket at half time. I mean, surely they were so poor. And to their credit, they came back, they fought. One thing about the women, as I said, they're tough and they play with this will. They just looked disjointed. They just looked like there was just a lack of chemistry there. Even, trying to pinpoint targets, they weren't hitting them, and they were kind of relying on their talent to just get it done as opposed to their system. That's what it looked like from my point of view anyway. So that was that. In terms of individuals, I loved Jess Hosking's game. I love the moments that I saw from Mua Laluifi, Maddie Prespakis. Tell you what, mate. Oh, she's got something in her. She knows what it's all about. It was good to see her get into a bit of a scrap. I think Collingwood have definitely got her number in terms of getting under her skin. They did it last time that they played here at Icon Park as well. Taylor Harris, I thought, was pretty comprehensively beaten on the day, which was a bit of a shame. I did like what I saw from Elise O'Day in terms of her physicality. I thought she was really good. I enjoyed Nick Stevens' game. I'm definitely missing one or more people here, but it was good. It was also good to see young Brooke Vernon get a selection in the team, who we obviously interviewed last year. Very young when we interviewed her. She's still very young, so I was rapt for her. But yeah, look, there's some work to do. I think they snapped out of it for the most part. That's what I saw. I think as the game went on, they got better. I even think we probably almost should have won the game. I think we're such a talented side, and I would hope that next week we turn that around and square the ledger off. And I hope it's just a good loss and a reminder that it doesn't matter whether you're playing in the men's league or the women's league. The principles of the sport always remain. If you don't come mentally prepared for any game, in any sport, in any league, you're going to get beaten. And that's what happened. And look, fair play to Collingwood. They were very impressive. Very impressive. Even things like the body language of when they came out and did their warm-ups and the way that they spread out, they looked like they were in unison, whereas our girls just kind of didn't. And it really reflected in the game. So those are my initial thoughts. It was so good to be back. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so grateful to be back, watching footy live again and seeing people and being amongst people. And thank goodness there were no masks that needed to be worn, because can you imagine trying to scream at a game with a mask on? I think that'd be a disaster. So yeah, I just wanted to document that. I sort of thought about, like, am I going to do the AFLW recaps? I'm a little bit in my head about, I'm still very new to the league. I'm very new to the players, but I think it's kind of cool that we're on this journey together, and really this is what it's all about. It's about documenting the learning, and I think we can learn from each other. But I want to really get your input. Did you watch it? Was it a first-time watch for you? What did you think? Were you at the game? Talk to me a little bit about your experience, if you were there, if you weren't there. What did you see in the game? I understand AFLW is not for everyone. I had brought a friend along with me, and he was finding it frustrating. The skills were poor. They were poor. I think we're a better side than that foot-wise, the way we use the ball by foot. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to not want to watch AFLW. I think where the line gets crossed is where notions like, oh, women shouldn't be playing footy come across. If you're one of those people in this audience anyway that thinks that, we'll talk about it. And we'll go from there, because that sort of stuff won't be tolerated. This is our football club. These women represent our football club, our great football club, and won't be having any of that here. So I'm just making that very clear. I'm going to say it one time only. And if there's a problem with that, like I said, come see me, and we're going to have a really good chat about it. So share with me your thoughts. What did you think? Tell me about your experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more footy and some more of our awesome club get amongst it. And yeah, we'll go from there. Have a great one, and go the Mighty Blues.